Hello, welcome everybody, back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Kebablord here, and we are continuing with the campaign of Anno 1800, though in this case, well, we abandoned the campaign a little bit, but hey, that is just semantics. So there's something that I wanted to talk to you about before we jump right into the game. There are mainly two things I want to talk about today, and one of them is my personal status update, because I did not upload as much as I wanted recently. And yeah, and afterwards we are going to take a look into the Docklands DLC, the new DLC of Anno 1800, and we are going to build the Docklands, of course. So,
we now have the required permit to expand the campus.
About the first topic, I will try to keep it short. Originally, I wrote that that my upload schedule would drop significantly for around 2 weeks, and that seemed a reasonable time frame. Some of you were already stating that stuff sounded quite serious, and actually it wasn't, because I was mainly preparing for my new job. You know, I left my old job, I started a new one. Well, I am about to start, and I needed to do some preparations for that. So everything is fine, but, and here's the thing, and that is why life sometimes just sucks. Unfortunately, urgent stuff and critical stuff and not so nice stuff happened as well. And about that, I'm not only talking about Corona and so on, because the entire social distancing thing is something that I'm not really compatible with, because I'm a social being. I need to be around people, or otherwise we might run into I run into issues. So there's that. Also, I need to check if the sound has gotten louder. No, not really. It's just a bit loud soundtrack. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Otherwise, I can simply increase for the next episode the volume again. And yeah, aside from that stuff that actually made me quite a bit depressive, so I needed some time for myself, and still do. And unfortunately, I did not get as much done as I originally wanted in this time. There is also a bit of stuff in regards of health issues and so on. Those who know me in private know that I'm not the most healthy person out there. Yeah, unfortunately, a bit of new stuff came up in the meantime, and I started a new therapy this week, and I need to see first how effective that is. So there's also stuff to do on that front. And yeah, the third thing is my PC is still not back from repairs. What I'm playing here on is actually my old PC, and as you can see, I am playing on higher visual details than on the new one, which just shows how much the new one was broken. I mean, I'm here having over 100 FPS right now on higher settings. Okay, this is now 60 FPS. But yeah, that just shows that something was incredibly wrong, and that is why I needed to send the one into repairs. So yeah, what can I say about me starting to upload again? Honest opinion? I don't know. I don't know when, I don't know to which degree. We will see. It is still my goal to go back to regular uploads, because it's something that is fun. And I really enjoy it. Also, it's a bit of a nice side income, but that is really only a minor point. I mainly do this really because I enjoy reading the comments and just sharing the stuff I do. And yeah. But before I can do that properly, I need to sort all that stuff out first. And I don't know when that will be. And that's it. That's the honest situation. So, yeah, that's about my private status update. Now the question is, where are we going to build the Docklands? We could do it here, but I think it would be more fitting if we do it here. On the other hand, we have here our main trading post. So there's that. But yeah, we will see. I've got plenty of ideas. Okay, also we have some items that increase production heavily.
No space left here.
So, what we already received at the beginning of the episode before I started recording was the newspaper message that, hey, new Docklands and so on. And we also received a quest to build it. As we can see here, tutorial raising the Docklands. So it's all not very spectacular. We get it here on level of the artisans. We unlock it with 250 artisans, which is a condition that we definitely fulfill. And there comes later, there comes also some more decoration stuff that is focused on being built on the seaside. So for example, you can now build lighthouses. You can build normal decorations like trees and so on water actually. Which is nice, so it allows for a lot more of harbor customization, and I know that not a small portion of Anno players are actually very much focused on building a beautiful harbor. So, time to move that one away, because we don't want our economy to crack down. I need to be a bit careful how I'm going to play stuff, because also a thing about the Docklands is that the more of the modules you combine together, the more attractiveness you get. So I cannot allow for any interruptions here. Really, repositioning removes all my oil? That is disappointing. Yeah, we are also going to reduce our visits. The shipwright can stay there, or the shipyard, in this case.
Stand to attention.
We are going to remove the sand mines. The storages, and yes, we lost a lot of goods, a lot of wares, but no one cares.
I have this nagging feeling you're a jellyfish.
So, we will later turn this into a tourism area. That is something that I have already planned out. Our main trading port moves to this location. Yeah, all my departments and so on, that is all still standing. Good, good. For a second there, I was actually afraid. So, by the way, how much building materials are we producing? 7 per minute. That is a bit very low, if you ask me, personally. Okay, so, for the Docklands, we start with a main building, which we cannot rebuild as a coastal building. As you can see here, those harbor areas are unfortunately not hanging together. So actually for the biggest effect we should place it here. We really should do. But that is not the quickest route for our ships. So I will simply start building it here and then we see where we go. Yeah, build modules to add features to the Docklands. Yeah. So also a new thing is you can now build roads on water. Which looks in this case quite ugly. So let's not do this. So, time to raise our attractiveness, and with that we are also going to raise our city level. So, modules. We can build a shit ton of depots, we can build some piers, we can build harbor masters, we can build export offices. Export offices are the most important stuff here. Loading wharves, which are increasing our loading speed bonuses. And additional piers, yeah, that is stuff that we can work with. But first, we are going for export offices. Loading walls also require some space.
The rum of it is.
So, here we go for Harbor Masters. Yeah, I know how to set up the contracts. That is why I disabled guidance at the beginning. But the game thinks it still knows better. So, and here we can place the depots. The cool thing about those depots is they have an incredible amount of storage space. So, and here we can now place the loading wharves, which increase the amount of tons that are unloaded per second. And at least for the time being, later we will reposition these. And as we can see, we are lacking some materials. Yeah. So this is the import-export menu. Yeah, I don't want a tutorial. I like to figure stuff out on my own.
Not nearly as upmarket as I was led to believe.
Okay, first of all, we are going to buy... we are already buying steel beams. So, what we can now do is, we can export these goods and import others as well. And we unlock importing new goods if we have imported a certain amount of other goods or exported stuff. As you can see here, for beeswax, we need to have goods exported 180 tons. And you can basically get nearly all materials. Unfortunately, not all of them, so steel beams, for example, are not really achievable. And the more stuff you have exported, you level it up. So if you have one good exported 1000 units, you get a better exchange ratio and get an upgrade for your Docklands. For 2500 it levels up, then 4000 and then 7000. So that is actually all quite nice. Now the question is, of what are we producing enough that we can say we want to export it? We could export schnapps, beer, sewing machines, light bulbs, chocolate, bowler hats. I say we start with exporting beer. And bread and sausages. So, and what do we want to import for that? That is the big question here. Because as we can see, our storages are getting quite full by now.
Crowds from far and wide.
There's not much we can import yet. Okay, let's go for soap. So every 200 and to every 20 minutes that is being done, and we had an overproduction of 20 or more around 15, meaning after 20 minutes we should have 300. Yeah, goodbye. Oh, come on. UX, UI, Ubisoft, seriously. So, here 150. I just need to be a bit careful. We're actually overproducing quite heavily. So what you would usually do is at the beginning of a game, after freshly unlocking it, you would put in the cheap wares, like potatoes, like wood and so on, and level them up first and get more advanced good for that, and later exchange them, leveling up different goods. And of course, in order to avoid issues, it is here fairly reasonable to set a minimum stock for everything, so that you don't export too much, because that is something that can easily happen, because you are usually inclined to work with balances per minute, as you can see in the statistics menu, and therefore a trade happening every 20 minutes seems quite quite abstract, and therefore it might easily happen that you have an oversight on something, and yeah, that is something that you would totally want to avoid, so that you don't run into some issues later on and are then surprised with, hey, where did my goods go? So 250 tons is not much, but it gives us at least some time to react in case something happens. Am I not yet producing pocket watches? I would have thought, or is that something that we wanted to do later? I think we wanted to do it later. So while we are waiting for import and export to happen, I'm also going to show something else once I have adjusted all these goods. I wish you could just set a global minimum stock for everything on the island. Would also make things a bit easier. But hey, what do I know, right? I mean, we are also not yet fully done with our industrial island. There's still a bit of industry that we can move to somewhere else. And in theory, the import-export feature allows you to use everything that you are overproducing to acquire goods that you are underproducing. For example, stuff that you would need for World's Fair if you don't want to import it from the new world. You can actually go from for the production of everything in the new world that you don't want to have, and you unlock everything early enough to do that. So in theory, unless I'm totally mistaken, I did not try it out enough for that, you should be able to use the import-export feature for your entire production of coffee and rum to supply your entire population, meaning that you don't have to be there anymore. And also cotton can be imported and so on, though it takes really long to unlock that. You have to have like 20 export orders at the same time before you unlock it, and you can only do that with 2 nearly fully upgraded Docklands. So you have to build it on several islands. So for sake of it being quicker. So, and the other thing that happened is we received here a new feature, as you can see here on the button. We received the possibility to sort all trade routes in folders. So for example, if we create here a new group, We have it now down here. Rename group, and here I will have all my oil routes. And I can simply move the routes to those folders, and I can minimize them at will. So if I'm now creating here a new folder for the Mbesa routes, then that works as well. So this is actually a very neat little feature. I mean, my naming conventions here worked quite well, but the thing is, over time you get so many different trade routes that it gets really hard to work with, because you have to scroll through the entire list always. But I have to admit, what I would love to have here would actually be a drag and drop feature, that I can simply drag the trade routes to a group and then they are automatically assigned. But hey, I'm still happy that this exists. So charter routes cannot be added to the normal groups. Okay, that is a bit disappointing. Shame. Okay then. Cape Trelawney, we have bowler heads. So create new group. Rename group. T5 scholars. And as you can see, they are also all being ordered alphabetically. So if I go from T1 to T6, they will simply be aligned properly. Also here in these lists. And if I don't want to focus on the early tiers, I can simply hide them. That is just... I love it. Alright, yeah, you see, we don't have all the engineer productions yet. Yeah, we wanted to build them. So, create new group. Rename, and here also a bit of stuff that would work better if I could simply click into it and rename it directly. It would be a bit more intuitive, like we are by now used to, thanks to modern web development and so on. This is just normal habits from our daily lives that unfortunately is not really being tended to here. But again, only minor issues. Okay, then. T1 farmers. And as far as I know, this neat little features with the lists comes with a free update.
Under wraps. Show me the proceeds.
So, create new group. Rename group. Old world. Yeah, that is something that I'm definitely going to use more. Trade Cape Trelawney. And yes, it requires a big T. So, and those are going to be my infrastructural routes. This is looking way better. So in one day I will also get rid of these.
So brave, and so many lives saved.
So this is all Embesa. Oh wait, no, this is still Embesa.
For genius.
Pope Lucius? Residents with church need fulfilled or provided from. Yeah, you're very welcome, my friend. So, and that one here is also all word.
Ceasefire has ended.
So, and now we have here our neat and orderly aligned groups. So, and here soon the new ship will come. Request a
You're right.
ceasefire.
We need some perspective.
And then we can see Captain Tobias coming along, and here we are now going to build the next pier. Just in case. I'm still surprised how smooth the game runs.
Much stronger together.
Haha, yeah, warmonger. Shut up. So, and now we should be able to do enough trade. So, Captain Tobias is arriving.
Fleet awaiting orders.
Hold the crane.
Export, import, yeah, I need to get rid of all the soap. So that the import can actually happen. And it does not fail due to full storages. So, how much soap are we having? Are we consuming 3 per minute?
Cargo stations.
I see it coming already. Here's Captain Tobias with his new ship. A shark-themed ship. We are going to create a new trade route. No group assigned. It will be the trade route.
You and I are the same. We don't have to hurt each other. Just a minute now.
So, and then Crown Falls. We are going to load in all of that soap that we will then sell. Isn't that beautiful how that works? So, and you guys are now going to sell the soap. All the time. So, Captain Tobias is departing. And as you can see, export volume 150 out of 1000. As well as here, for those 200. But I think we can do more. So here we have 15, 19, 26. Okay, for sausages we can increase it quite heavily. Here we can go to nearly 400. So now we have simply to wait until the next import and export happens. And then we are going to level up our first goods. So as you can see with sausage, we are unlocking fur coats and tailored suits. The fur coats, importing a certain degree, like 800 tons, we unlock glasses and leather boots. And that is how it all works together. I'm just surprised how much hinks on sausages.
Not
But
to
okay.
ruffle your bow tie, but
Oh yeah, right. Collect major discovery.
loading
Lacking
stations.
oil. Then we have a couple of oil items.
It's a surprise inspection.
Missing electricity for the campus. I see.
Now, where was that?
Okay, good thing we are not fully dependent on population. So temporarily I'm going to shut down all these oil power plants.
I am one of the scholars. Can I?
Start the machine.
Alright, I need you here for supplying the charcoal kiln. Yeah, okay, you guys are allowed to work. And apparently here one of the numbers is being a bit weird. That is what happens when you don't calculate the full units. So, now oil is being delivered here. Maybe we will soon have the electricity, and we will use it for our little oil route here from Mayans. So, when I'm checking here for oil... That explains a lot. I was missing 7 oil wells the entire time. There's still ruins in the Arctic, yeah. I still can't be arsed to fix that.
Cargo boat at the ready.
That of course explains a lot. If so much is missing. So, and here we could also add repair cranes and so on. And if we wanted to go for more tourism, then we could add here all these harbor master items. Okay. Public mooring. Yeah, how about we add her?
We have the cachet to attract.
Our cruise was just as full as last time.
Just as full as last time? That is going to increase, darling. Tendency plus 34. Something here is not right. But okay. So, by the way, how full is this island? How about too much?
What brings you here, Master?
We are definitely producing way too much. And are we doing something with all the ponchos and tortillas? So, what is our research saying? Yeah, give it 5 minutes. And then we can add another item. Right, Carl! You still exist. Totally forgot about that.
More money.
Yeah.
Never look a gift. Never look a gift.
Whoa, okay, he doesn't like that.
Your toadyism is.
Okay, note to myself. I just lost everything. And now comes the fun with the messages, yeah. And of course I'm now losing even more. But that's all stuff we can work with. Okay, note to myself, deactivating electricity was not the best idea.
It could be more fabulous.
Now we are a bit more dependent.
Cargo stations. Room to maneuver. Begin
What was I thinking, to quote Karl? That was really, just stupid. Okay, I didn't know that the game would escalate this so much.
Ceasefire has ended.
New orders.
Okay,
Securing their expertise.
there's something that we have now to deal with.
That there are
Negative
fewer
1000
of us.
influence.
Cargo boat at the ready. Begin the turn. Aye.
Workforce shortage.
Okay, so you were just witness on how I created a major crisis. That will now slowly but steadily be averted. Yeah, vulgarity negative 8,700. I was really not prepared for this.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
Bullseye.
I sank an enemy ship. Oh, wow.
Called that a storm.
Okay.
Why, it was nothing at all.
Ah, bright sands, yeah. So, Hammersbach 2 has still no investors, but already a bank. So, if you would now start buying back his shares, there would be nothing that I could do against it. So slowly but steadily, we are regaining what we can.
Room to maneuver.
I'm an impulsive shopper myself.
So and we will now slowly gain back all the bonuses that we have lost.
Cargo boat at the ready.
Still, doesn't change the fact that this mistake should have never happened to me. So, by the way, about import-export.
And they say Annie has no mercy. Arr!
Workforce shortage.
30 tons of timber per building. Yeah, that is going to repair this will take a while. But hey, at least in the meantime, we are going to increase our export level. Oh, look at that. We could now buy Sangha cows.
New orders.
And beef and honey wax.
Hold the crane.
So,
Olio reporting in.
trade soup. Yeah, well, that was a wrong letter. That was just...
New orders. Hold the crane.
So we now got 730 attractiveness again. Very good. We will now go from island to island in order to collect all the timber to repair our little districts. But the interesting thing is, did we receive a warning before everything happened? I don't think so. Like low happiness and so on. Most annos would actually have extensive
Competitors
warnings,
are
like
now at war.
3 to 4 times before something bad happens.
Ceasefire has ended.
And they were still content, so there's that.
Workforce shortage.
So, item development. For oil wells.
Take time to calculate.
Competitors have agreed a peace deal.
Battle deck to attention.
Olio reporting in.
Aye.
Fleet moving in convoy.
Yeah, I know that there are ruins. It's not like you can accidentally not see them. They actually seem fairly present to me. Okay, so... what if we block coffee for you guys? That works, so we are most likely going to lose a couple of engineers. But if it means that the investors are being supplied, then I'm not going to complain. So, and Tobias is coming in 6 minutes again, and then we can upgrade again. As you can see, upgrading the Dockland, that will take an eternity.
A thank you for all you've done.
Cargo stations. New orders.
Battle cruiser ready.
So you three can now also get back. In regards of trade routes, there's the infrastructure trade route that I am going to pause. Hey, we get soon 1000 attractiveness again. And I need to do all of this quickly.
Hold the crane.
If I see it correctly, most of our items that have been in the trade units did not get disabled, but actually unequipped.
Cargo stations. Aye.
Yeah, but probably outside of recordings fix the rest of the city.
Alas, my bowels churn afresh. Ideally, one should keep one's promises.
I never made a promise, still.
Aye.
So now we are at nearly 2000 attractiveness again. Yeah, but that is also again how one little mistake can totally screw you over. We got royally fucked by my incompetence.
It's
New
working.
orders.
I think we have it.
Perfect. Collect item. Soon we will also have a necessary influence in order to build the trade union that we need.
Hide the bottle. It's the boss.
Fire chance? None? Oh, I don't think so.
Cargo boat at the ready. Olio reporting in.
So, and on your way down, you're also going to collect the wood from here, so that we have the materials there in order to build the trade union. Yeah, the game can't really decide if I have now a negative value or not. Again, not calculating with proper numbers. Busy stuff that can happen. Because, unlike the goods,
Begin the turn.
the workforce is not simulated. Which means in theory anything can happen.
I don't have all I need for my canvas. Confounded trick.
Of course it would be quicker to simply demolish everything and build it anew. But I think that would actually cause more problems. So, and with that, we get a production increase.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Yeah, I don't even want to see the rewards. Yeah, not enough investors to do even a modest exhibit. I can only hope that once we reach the necessary amount, that all the items that have been unslotted will be slotted again. So, export, import, what are we seeing here? Storage was full, okay. Maybe we should import something else. Like tailored suits. Of which one can never have too many. Our scholars will love that.
Student life is unexceptional.
So, but good thing we are also financially stable enough that we don't have any drawbacks from that little mishap that happened here. So. So with that we also got a bit of road here. And yeah, I think that was it for this episode. It's time to take a bit of a thumbnail. Wow, it really doesn't save anymore. What you have previously researched. That is now actually a bit disappointing and makes things a bit harder. But yeah, if I would have to create a verdict for my Dockland opinion,
I could simply go to press.
it is a nice little DLC that actually alters a lot, that actually removes a lot of issues, because there's always the one good that you are producing too much and the other one that they are producing not enough. You can more dynamically react to situations. It opens up completely new strategies, like for example outsourcing entire production chains just to import-export, and that is nice. But it doesn't feel as strong as Bright Harvest. Bright Harvest simply added another completely new layer for the, let's say, Tetris element of the game. For proper layouting and so on. And that is something that is completely missing here. Though, a bit this is achieved by doing all these... yeah, by opening up the new strategies, because that requires me to use my economy differently, prioritize some stuff over others, and so on. And that of course can be used for layouts, and as I said, you can simply import advanced goods if you're producing enough simple goods. The exchange ratio is quite crass, but yeah, that is something that works as well. And yeah, so overall, neat, nice little DLC. We are going to see where it goes from here, so it's a good start. Now it's time to create a thumbnail. Yeah, that looks good. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode, that you're forgiving me my little fuck up that I'm having, that I've had here with my investors. It is something that is going to be fixed in the next episode, and as I said, I don't know yet when the next episode will come out, for very simple reasons. I'm just happy that the game is running quite smoothly again. So, and yeah, with that, I say it's time to say goodbye. If you have any feedback, questions whatsoever, then just type it down in the comments, and I will make sure to read it all. And of course, you may also join the community Discord, for which you will find an invitation link in the video description down below. And if you have not done yet, then you may also subscribe to the channel. That way, when you activated notifications in your settings, you will be notified when the next episode is being uploaded. And yeah, with that, goodbye, and see you next time. Bye bye.